Welcome back to Star Wars Sublight. Let's pick up where Part 1 left off with the second half of Ahsoka's two-part premiere. Directed by Steph Green, Part 2, Toil and Trouble, shows us exactly what the Night Sister and her force-wielding minions have been up to.
That is our destination, while Grand Admiral Thrawn is banished.
Following her disastrous duel with Shin Hati, Sabine wakes up in the hospital while Baylan and Shin join Morgan Elsbeth on a distant planet. Elsbeth reveals their destination and Shin is dispatched to Corellia to keep an eye on the final preparations for their journey. Just as well too, because on Corellia, Ahsoka and Hera inspect a former Imperial shipyard with an interesting manufacture schedule.
For the Empire!
A massive hyperdrive is swiped right under their noses and Ahsoka duels with the mysterious Marok. All hope seems lost until Hera and Chop manage to land a tracker on the hauler which delivers the hyperdrive to a massive ring, one that looks capable of traveling across the galaxy and even into the next. This episode played to Steph Green's strengths, with good punchy action laced with crunchy character growth. Here's the interesting bits that I caught during Part 2. Although Sabine was once in the running to become the next Jedi Knight in a galaxy that desperately needs them, she reveals to Hu Yang that it's been years since she last saw Ahsoka.
Have you kept up with your training?
Obviously not.
No wonder she was so rusty in her duel with Shin Hati in Part 1. This would also make Sabine Wren the third Mandalorian Jedi in galactic history. The first being Tar Vizsla, a Mandalorian who trained as a Jedi Knight and forged the Darksaber. And of course Grogu, a Jedi youngling who became a Mandalorian after the fall of the Order. Morgan Elsbeth shows Baylan and Shin exactly what the relic from Part 1 can do, as well as flex her Night Sister magic while telling them a tale. And there's a couple things to note here. Elsbeth says that the platform they stand on was crafted by ancient beings from another galaxy, meaning that extragalactic travel is not only possible, it was achieved a long time ago. She also says that she can hear Thrawn calling to her across time and space, meaning that wherever Thrawn and Ezra wound up, it may not be linear to the current Star Wars timeline. They may be years ahead or years before the fall of the Empire. Or perhaps it's just a way of explaining the characters' relative ages once they're recovered, having travelled so far outside the known galaxy. Lastly, the platform projects a galaxy into one of the surrounding pillars, implying there may be many other known galaxies, all of which are mapped out by the stone pillars surrounding the control.
That is our destination.
Before we pick our most valuable player of the week, let's take a look at who definitely doesn't win the award. That's Sabine Wren. Poor Sabine's had a rough go of it already, but she definitely doesn't win MVP for building a bomb inside the Lothal hospital. Instead, this week's MVP goes to Chopper, who pulled a victory out of certain defeat when he tagged a transport carrying a stolen hyperdrive, giving Hera, Sabine and Ahsoka the chance to catch up with Elsbeth in the hunt for Thrawn and Ezra.
Just ready a tracking device, and don't miss this time.
Part 2, Toil and Trouble, raises the stakes and has the good guys on the back foot in the race beyond the galaxy. We learned more about the relationship between Ahsoka and Sabine, and can tell there's more to the story still. All in all, I preferred Part 2 to Part 1, and think this is a very good sign for the series. Sub to Sublight if you haven't already, and be sure to come back for more post-show breakdowns like this one for the next episode. And remember, the Force will be with you, always.